Doing this left-handed focus on the foreground there, and take another shot. Oh no, my battery's flashing. My battery's cold. Always does that right when the light gets best. All right, I got to turn this off and see if I can get some more shots.
For me, every photo excursion starts with a plan. Well, it starts first with me getting motivated to go. Usually early in the day, I'm excited about going, but later in the evening, I get more and more apprehensive, and I feel like it's going to be an awful lot of work. I have a lot of doubts as to the success of the trip. So it starts with the motivation, then it goes to the plan. What usually happens is I spend quite a bit of time making an overall plan of where I'm going to shoot. And then once I get up in the mountains, the plans typically get changed quite a bit. I do a lot of ad-libbing and running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But as much as I enjoy a peaceful, quiet photo shoot by finding that perfect composition to set up, and then just press the shutter button every time the light changes, that very rarely happens for me. Typically, I'm very much on the fly trying to find the best shot, just really being creative in the moment. I feel like I have very good success with that, even though a lot of times it's stressful. So let me take you on a photographic journey up into Wild Basin. Whenever I'm ready to plan a photo trip, my first stop is Photographers Ephemeris. So here I've got us loaded up on the correct day, November 21st, and the correct location. I brought the pen here into Wild Basin, and the most important tool is being able to see where is the moon going to be and where is the sun going to be. So this line here, this yellow line or light orange, is sunrise. And as you move through the day, here's a little slider. It's going to show you the angle of the sun as it goes throughout the day all the way over here to sunset. So that's the most important thing, is to know what time the sun is going to rise, 6:56 a.m., and the angle of the sun. When you're taking photos, you don't want to have backlighting, so or you have just the light coming from behind you directly onto your subject. So for example, if I were to put this pin over here on the mountains, and if I were to be standing, for example, right here where this line is, looking this direction, I'd have very flat light across here because the light is pointing directly at it. But if I were to be to the side, say example over here somewhere, looking at this angle, then all of this would have side lighting on it. This ridge here would have side lighting on it, which is going to create a lot of depth, shadows in the cracks and the gullies, and then good highlights out on the rock ribs that are pointing out, or any trees, things like that. So you really want side lighting in landscape photography. So knowing that, I'm kind of looking at this area and thinking, well, where could I go to be to the side of the angle of sunrise? And I'm seeing this ridge right here. Here's the trail coming up here to Ouzel Lake. And if I were to take that trail up to this ridge right here, looking this direction, while I'm not perpendicular to that line, I am certainly not directly in line with it. So looking, if I were to shoot straight up at Mount Alice from here, I would have a good angle to get some good side lighting on these ridges and the summit of Mount Alice, maybe even along in here. Some of this stuff might be in shadow. So to be able to determine that a little more accurately, I'm going to click here on sphere, and it's going to give me a little better picture of what that is going to look like, actually visualize the light laying on the land. So as that comes up, I'm going to go ahead and scroll a little bit past sunrise so that we can get a little more light on the landscape here. And as you can see, the light coming from the sun is lighting up all of this area. If I rotate it this direction, looking towards the sun, this is all in shadow, so that wouldn't be a very good angle to take a photo from. If you're looking straight on, again, it's going to be very flat, not very many shadows, not much good depth. But coming in from the side, again, you can see here along this ridge, there's shadows, a lot of good depth in there. Mount Alice is going to be beautiful from the side here. And here, this is all shadows on Chief's Head Peak. Long's Peak, a lot of shadows again. this is going to be my best angle or my best subject, I believe, for this shot. So from here, I'm going to go to Google Earth and see if that helps me visualize my shot a little bit more. But right now, I think my best bet is to start on Mahana Peak and shoot towards Mount Alice for my Wild Basin photo shoot. So as I was hiking through here, I was about an hour late getting up and moving. I planned on leaving my house at midnight and hiking by 1:30 a.m., but when my alarm went off at 11:30, I turned it off and promptly fell back asleep. I was just like, forget it, I'm not getting up for this, too much work. I woke up again at 12:45 and feeling supremely guilty for my laziness, I jumped up and blasted out of the house. So I didn't get started until about 2:30 that morning. I knew I'd have to make up some good time to get to my location by sunrise. It was the end of November, and we'd had a very dry fall so far. Not very much snow was up there yet, which was a mixed blessing. It allowed me to move really fast along the trail and across the rocks, and I did think I would make it where I had planned, just in time. And there would still be plenty of snow on the mountains to make them beautiful. It was just concerning that we have such little snowpack this time of year.
Here we are again, just up at the right at timberline on Mount Mahana, or Mahana Peak, I guess, in Wild Basin, Rocky Mountain National Park. The sun is coming up. We've got a beautiful scene over here looking towards Long's Peak. I don't really like the fact that there's no clouds that direction, but I do like the composition there with the tree in the foreground. It's pretty cool. So go ahead and take a shot of that. Here, kind of pre-dawn glow. I got to use this cable release. I've got mittens on. It's really cold right now. And right now I've got it focused right at the summit, but I'm going to change the focal point right in here, a little bit closer, and then I can blend those two together. Try to take that picture again. There it goes. So I have two focus points, and I'm going to really like the light, I think, over here at on Mount Alice. I've got some cool clouds kind of sitting on top of the peak there. So I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a composition for that. And that direction is Eagle's Beak, which is kind of poking out through the clouds as well. So that's really cool. So getting some awesome light here, as you can see up there on Mount Alice in Tanana. And I've moved over here and gotten a good composition. So let's see if I can get a couple of shots off. I'm gonna focus directly up there on the light on Mount Alice. Take a shot there. And then real quickly, doing this left-handed, focus on the foreground there, and take another shot. Oh no, my battery's flashing. My battery's cold. Always does that right when the light gets best. All right, I got to turn this off and see if I can get some more shots.